As a child, I always observed the moon and wonder, knowing little about how big a role she actually plays in our lives. Now I've learned that full and new moon days are times to pause and engage in an intimate conversation with her. Time to press the pause button and review life's peaks and dips. Much like Mother Moon, who gracefully goes through her waxing and waning phases, cycle after cycle. Her energies synchronize with the microcosm that our body is, enabling deep reflection and heightening intuition on full and new moon days. Like the sun shining its light onto the surface of the moon, we also shine light into our deepest, darkest corners to connect with our truths. After all, the moon is symbolic of our inner world that needs tending to every now and then.
Namaste. My name is Sheetal and I'm a yoga practitioner and a teacher. I bring to you a practice for the first full moon in October. So this full moon, as with most other full moons, is quite an intense one. There's bound to be a lot that comes bubbling up for most of us, from information that could be upsetting or volatile, to thoughts, ideas, emotions like frustration, confusion, anger, to extreme joy and excitement. We might feel like giving voice to something or acting upon something. Now this is not so good, because if we don't watch out, we might be a little impatient, impulsive, bordering on brash. And this can be harmful and hurtful for both us and others around us. So it would be good to step back, observe, apply the lens of intuition and compassion to whatever surfaces. Let's seek the right direction, let's seek the wise direction. Let's be guided by Mother Moon and find our inner compass.
Seated in an upright position and visualizing the full moon in your eyebrow center, chant this mantra 14 times. Aum Som Somayai Namaha. After your chants, continue to sit and focus on your breath for some time. Then start reflecting on the last few days leading up to now. Become aware of how you are feeling now, watching with a non-judgmental attitude. What has surfaced or is surfacing for you now? Feelings, sensations in the body, thoughts, anything else? Witness this. Acknowledge this and sit with it for about 5 minutes. Now put pen to paper and start writing using the prompt I feel. Continue writing for 10 minutes without taking the pen off the paper. Use the prompt whenever you feel a pause. Observe the body to sense any energy blocks or imbalances anywhere. Correlate this to what you have written. You do not need to make sense of it now, but you will know if any tending to is needed. Are you able to stay on a breath at a time? Is there any nervous, impatient, or erratic energy that you sense that needs channelizing? On the contrary, if you are feeling balanced, embrace it. It's not all the time that this happens, so own it, soak it in. As we proceed into the body work, please warm up and loosen with a few joint movements. With our first pose, Supta Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose, we facilitate grounding and release. Lying down, bend the knees and bring the soles of your feet together. Relax into the lap of Mother Earth. Slowly place your left palm on your belly and your right palm on your heart center. As you breathe in, sense an expansion in the heart space and the belly region. And as you breathe out, visualize an energetic release downwards and out through the perineal region. Stay with this for a few breaths. Then slowly release the posture and observe your body and breath. With the next few movements, we will access our inherent, intuitive, and compassionate self. Standing with feet apart, extend your arms up towards the sky. Lift your head up and gaze at the full moon if you are outdoors. Otherwise, close your eyes gently and feel the full moon in your eyebrow center. Sense her cooling, healing energies expanding in your eyebrow center for the next few breaths. Then feel this energy moving from your eyebrow center, pouring into your heart space. Stay with this for a few breaths. Allow this expansion in your heart space. Slowly release the pose and once again become an observer to whatever surfaces. Stay in the same position as we prepare to move and become the full moon. Raise your arms up, receive lunar energies, and lean your torso towards the side with outstretched arms and gently flow down. Pause, hold the opposite elbows and surrender towards the earth. Ease the jaws, soften the knees, and sense the flow of energy upwards into the heart, shoulder, neck and head region. Gaze at the tip of the nose. Breathe softly and stay here for some time. Moving mindfully, prepare to come up as you sweep upwards in the opposite direction, drawing a semicircle and reaching all the way up. Pausing again to take in lunar energies and preparing to flow down in the clockwise direction once again, reaching downwards and pausing as you stay holding the opposite elbows with a focus on your exhales. Release and come back up again like before, all the way up as you complete one more round of being the full moon. Repeat this for about 10 times in one direction and then proceed to do the same thing in the opposite direction or anti-clockwise. Remember that every time you flow down, you are breathing out. And every time you come back up, you are breathing in. Let the breath be like water, soft, slow, and fluid. Kneel down and prepare for Ushtrasana. Curl your toes under or point toes back as you lower yourself into a camel pose or Ushtrasana to whatever level feels right for you. Expand the chest region. Gaze at the tip of the nose. Breathe softly into the chest. Release gently. Standing on your knees, rest one palm on the heart and the other on the eyebrow center. Feel the breath moving from eyebrow center to the heart with your inhale and from the heart to the eyebrow center with your exhale. Continue this for some time. Now, sitting in Vajrasana or Sukhasana, check in with yourself. Ask yourself, what needs to be released or left behind? Allow the voice of wisdom to rise from within and provide you with the answers now or maybe even later. Rest your palms on the heart center and bring to mind whatever you are thankful for in this moment. Offer gratitude to the universe for all that you have and your recent wins. Slowly move into Balasana or Child's Pose, resting your forehead on the ground or on a block or a cushion. Surrender to the wisdom of the universe. Now, sit for about 5 minutes in absolute silence. Embrace stillness. End with a closing chant. Know that today you are full like the moon, and like her, you may wax and wane and sometimes fade into nothingness. Here lies the wisdom to go with the flow and be open to all that comes to you. Stay grounded and tune into your inner compass. I wish you all the best. Namaste. Much gratitude for being part of this practice with me.